Hey everybody, it's Tony again. I am doing a little bit of a different video today, and this is for you though, for those of you that are new to my channel. I'm going to be talking about a 2-year post-surgery for the ACDF. 3.5 level is what I got. So if you haven't already, I'm going to go ahead and put my 1-year post video up here. Go ahead and check that out before you watch this video, but watch this video if you want to. It's no big deal. So I wrote some notes here because I wanted to follow this a little bit so I won't get like scatterbrain and start. This may be a lengthy video, maybe 20-30 minutes. But if you just want to get the highlights of what it's like 2 years after your surgery, go ahead. Now, this is my story. I had my surgery, just a little recap. I had my surgery in June of 2018. So it's a little bit over the 2-year mark. And I'm doing pretty good. I was in the hospital, recap again. I was in the hospital for 6 days, and they actually wanted to keep me a little longer because I was having a lot of problems swallowing. I didn't get to eat. Now, I don't want to scare everybody. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I've done some medical research on my own, so I am nowhere near professional. So this is just my story. So anyway, I was in there for 6 days, long days, but I'm doing better now. And this is, I wanted to go into more of what I didn't cover in my 1-year post. And but I wanted to do this to perhaps help someone that's sitting there. They're getting ready to have their surgery and they're full of anxiety, like I was. I blew it up to the point of no return. Beforehand, I was scared. I know you're scared. I know you're concerned. There's probably all kinds of things going through your mind right now before your surgery. And I'm hoping that this video kind of eases that a little bit. No recommendations or anything. I'm just telling you my story. And I know I keep harping on that, but some people that watch this video will go, "You're not a doctor. You shouldn't be telling people, you know, what to do, especially with spine surgery and all that." I'm not doing that at all. This is just my journey, for sure. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to turn the video off there. I've got a chainsaw in the background. I hope that's not interfering. And then there's sirens. I live in a small town, and I cannot believe on the weekends how many sirens go off. It boggles my mind. We're only like 20,000 people, and it boggles my mind that, well, I'm at work during the week, so I don't hear the sirens. But on the weekends, I feel like I live in New York City. I'm dead serious. So anyway, if the chainsaw, and I'm not sure where he is, I think he's like right over there, I apologize. So, but I wanted to get this video out. I've had an enormous amount of people that wanted me to do this video. So that's the reason why I'm doing a post 2 years. And anyway, so I'm gonna look at my, okay, so I want to talk. So we're at a little bit over the 2-year mark, and I'm doing really well. I mean, better than I expected, because I have a lot of other pre-existing conditions going on, and I was afraid that those were going to interfere. I have sleep apnea. I have just breathing problems in general. I have to wear hearing aids. I have those in right now. So I have a lot of hearing loss on my left side. So it actually, after surgery, it's gotten a lot worse. That's why I'm wearing hearing aids, because I have a lot of problems hearing M's and N's, kind of like that level of it. So I'm actually glad because these hearing aids that I have are like bionic ears that I put in, because I can actually hear people talking in the other room, full on conversations. I can just sit at my desk and hear conversations that are in probably 20 to 50 feet away. It's like a bionic ear. So anyway, that's going off the track a little bit, but I just wanted to get, that's some good news, I guess, of the hearing aids. Because I found out that I was talking really loudly. And I feel like I'm talking really loud right now just to get, I guess, out of habit, you know. So anyway, that's one thing. But I have this thing, okay, where if I stretch, and I stretch really big, like, you know, in the morning, you're just going, oh, like this, and you're stretching. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you guys have this. If you have this weird... Okay, I'm back. Oh, so many interruptions. Anyway, I have this weird sensation, and it's almost to the point, like when I stretch, it's almost like my whole neck, and it's never done this before surgery, so I'm thinking it was because of surgery, but my whole neck goes into this Charlie horse. And it's to the point now where I can't swallow until it actually calms down. I have to lower my breathing, and it's almost like a Charlie horse in my neck. Maybe, I don't know, maybe my neck is kind of relaxing during the day, and then suddenly I'm like stretching up and stretching. It's almost like when your calf goes into a Charlie horse when you stretch it, and it's like you're low in magnesium or something like that. But it's almost like that in the middle of the night. You get this Charlie horse. It's not that painful as a Charlie horse. Don't get me wrong on that, because it's not. And I don't want to scare anybody. It's just almost like this sensation where it takes a minute to come back down or go away. And it always goes away. And that's kind of concerning to me. I was going to call the doctor and talk to him about that. But that just started... gosh, 6 months ago. That chainsaw. I hope you guys can't hear that. La 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 la. It's probably, let's see here. I haven't seen. Okay, so about 6 months ago, and I guess I should have done like a year and 6 months. About 6 months ago, I woke up, and I couldn't lift my left arm, or my right arm, sorry, my right arm, left, right, my right arm, past like this. And I thought it was like a rotator cuff type thing, because I had been lifting boxes that I should not be doing. No, no, no. And I was lifting 25-pound boxes, hundreds, 400 in a day. 3 times a week. We're doing a giveaway, or it's actually where, you know, people are coming to get some produce boxes because they didn't have it. It was, you know, during the pandemic when it first started, we were giving away produce boxes, and I was helping out with that through my work. And I thought, oh, it's been a year, over a year since my surgery. I should be able to lift boxes like this. No, 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 no. It really caused some problems. So now after surgery, and I'm a side sleeper. I'm not sure. Comment below, let me know. I really want to study more into this, like what people go through after this surgery, because it's very interesting to me. So I'm a side sleeper, and it is grand, awesome, awesome, awesome now. Because before surgery, okay, I would lay down on my pillow, and I have to have like 3 pillows. Now I don't, because I know how important it is to have your neck not like where it's inclined. And it's very important. I can't stress this enough, okay? You know how they say that you can't have a pillow after surgery. They give you this small pillow that I showed in my first video. They give you this little small pillow, which actually saved me because of my sleep apnea. But I really took it seriously when they told me that you should not sleep with a pillow or be inclined up when you're healing, when you're trying to fuse. It's very, very important. And I didn't know this until probably 3 weeks after I got home. I started to feel a creak in my neck, and because I was sleeping inclined, and I have an adjustable bed, so that was very helpful. A lot of people ask that. They're like, well, should you get an adjustable bed or something? And the answer is yes. It's very helpful when you're trying to sleep with the aspen collar and you're a side sleeper and you have sleep apnea on top of that and your ear is ringing at the same time. So I had to really dig deep into the healing process, per se. Do a lot of meditation. Meditation was really good for me to help me relax, because I just got, throughout the day, I felt like I got really tense, like, you know, and they say, be relaxed as much as possible. So I did a lot of these. I did a lot of the back buddy thing that I have. That's in my first video. I did a lot of that. A lot of ice, a lot of heat. But mainly, the main thing that helped me, and I did not mention this in my first video, and I should have, was to sleep. Okay, so how do I explain this? So if you have a 90-degree angle that you're sleeping, how do I explain this? So you can have that little pillow, but make sure that it is even with your body. So almost like as if you're standing up, like I'm standing up like this, and if I was sleeping on my side, my head is not like this. It's exactly perpendicular, I guess they call that, with my body. So exactly the way you're laying down. Do not have any kind of, you know, where you're, I hope I explained that really. I hope I explained that, okay? But exactly the way your body is lined up. So if I was laying down exactly perpendicular, I think it is. If that's wrong, let me know. Please, dear God. Let me know. But I hope I explained that okay, because it's very important, because I actually noticed a difference when I started doing that. I was very conscious to make sure, even when I was in my recliner, I made sure that when I was on my recliner, I wasn't doing this. I wasn't on my phone like this. I was on my phone like this. I got one of those little stands to make sure my head. Now, my doctor stressed this as well. He said, move around. Do not get stagnant. Do not sit there day after day after day thinking, oh my God, I can't wait till I fuse. That is not the key. You have to move around, get the blood flowing, move, even when you're in your aspen collar, you can move your head like this. Just kind of move it back and forth a little bit throughout the day, you know, just to get the blood flowing. Because if you sit there, all of a sudden you're going to get a creak in your neck. And that's the last thing you want, is a creak in your neck. So, also, I wanted to go into, a lot of people had the question of, when do I get to go back to work? When do I get to drive? Now, this is different with a whole bunch of doctors have different recommendations for this. My doctor, this is me, my doctor said I could not drive for 6 weeks, and I had to wear my aspen collar for 6 weeks. That is because of my neck, the way it was. It was very fragile, and I did not know how fragile it was until I saw the hardware and the x-rays and, you know, and all a chiropractor. I had one chiropractor that I trusted that touched my neck one time. He said he will never touch it again because of how fragile it was. Almost to the point, it was so fragile it was going to break. And, you know, I want to be here. I want to be alive. So I wanted to talk about that. But he said that I could not drive for 6 weeks. And I did that to the day. I was ready to drive after that 6 weeks. But I found out that I relied on my Aspen collar. It was a love-hate relationship for sure. But I got to the point where I loved it because it actually made my neck stable. I felt really strong with it. But, you know, he said ease off of it because you need to gain your strength. Now, the physical therapy that I went through, I'm not going to lie, it hurt a little bit in the beginning because you weren't used to all that. And plus, I was using muscles that I didn't even use when I was pre-surgery. I never used these, but I still, to this day, still do my physical therapy exercises. Some of them. I don't do all of them. I do the one where you do this, when you bring your head back, and it's mainly for that kyphosis, is where you bring it back like this. I do those. And then I take my head when I'm driving and I push it back on my seat and strengthen the two muscles that go in the back of your neck. I do those. I do these where I just push up against these. And what it does is it strengthens, there's muscles inside your neck that you didn't even know you had. Talk to your physical therapist about that, but he will show you all. There's a lot of muscles up there, a lot of tendons and things like that are up there. So just talk to him about that and what physical therapy, if you have it, you may have a 1 level and not have physical therapy. So I wanted to talk about, let's see, but muscle spasms are normal because of the way it's surgery. So anything that does with your spine is going to cause some kind of spasms. The back buddy that I show in my first video was my lifesaver. I love that thing. I still use it to this day. I will link it below. I have no sponsor. I have no coupon code. This is just a video that I'm doing, but that thing, I still have it. It's still sitting next to my chair, and I grab it. I have a very stressful job, so a lot of my stress sits right here, and I just kind of work it out. And I wanted to mention this too. Before I got the back buddy, I would have my son, and I was just sitting there one day, and I was like, you know what? Look at that. There's an apple. The bottom of an apple. If you look at it, I don't have one, but it has these little, if you look at the bottom of an apple, it's got these grooves in it. I would have him, it's a perfect size for your hand to hold an apple. So what I would do is I would have him massage the back and just take that apple and go on my back and work out all that spasm out of my back. Oh, you wouldn't believe how much that apple works. Now, any apple, green, red, any apple would work. Just make sure. I found out that the ones that have the skinnier bottom work great. So if you have an apple laying around, go get it. I'm serious, to work out all that tension, all that soreness. Now, take in mind, you will be a little bit sore afterwards, but it is worth the pain. I'm telling you right now, it works it out. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, the scar. Okay, so do you see? You really can't see my scar, but starts right there and then ends there. So after 2 years, it's, You know, I think it looks like he started cutting and then he started cutting again to widen it just a little bit. So that is my scar. That's my warrior scar. I feel like every person that goes through this surgery is a warrior. I mean, you have to dig deep within your soul to go through something like this. And I commend every single one of you for going through this. And I hope you are pain-free or semi-pain-free and it's working out for you. And your life has a better quality to it. You know what I mean? Because when you're going through what we went through with the tingling in the arms and all that, it's just the quality of life for me is so much better. And I hope it stays that way. I hope it stays that way. So that is it for my video. I think that's all my notes for now. If you guys can think of anything or any questions that you have that I missed, again, go watch my first video. It has a lot of great information on there. I think, well, let's see. Here, let's just do this. I also wanted to talk about the foods and what you should have when you get home that helped me. I had ice packs. That one that actually lays on your shoulders, kind of like the bone stimulator does. Those ones that lay on your shoulders is really good because you can just lean against your recliner. I know kind of adjusting the things with that aspen collar, you really don't get frustrated, or try not to get frustrated with it, because it actually helps when you're sleeping. It stabilizes everything to keep it steady and healing and all that. So love-hate relationship with it. So I wanted to talk about the foods. I had an ice pack. That's not a food. That's an ice pack. I did have ice cubes that I just bought a big bag. I don't have an ice maker, so I just bought a big bag. I would put them in my magic bullet and just kind of crush them up like that and eat ice all day, only because my throat was still to the point where I could not eat when I got home either. I mean, when I left the hospital, I got to the point where I was just eating watered down mashed potatoes, which I welcomed because I was starving. And then when I got home, I eventually mixed in some really ground up hamburger to get some protein in there, applesauce, lots of popsicles, sugar-free, because you'll notice if you eat popsicles that have all the sugar and they're not the sugar-free, they start to mess with your blood sugar and all that stuff, and you don't want that. And the unsweetened ones, the popsicles, the really cheap ones, they're like $2, are this. I've done a taste test. They taste exactly the same as the ones with sugar. So if you're not into sugar like I am, those are the way to go on that. Also, gravy. Mashed potatoes and gravy became my best friend. Yes, they did. They were my best friend. And I was trying to eat like a really mashed up biscuit in there. Very minimal though. And that magic bullet that I have saved me as well, because it just kind of mashed everything up like baby food. I'll take it. I will take it. And lastly, I want to talk about the Electrodes. Yes, that's what they're called. Now, you'll notice, and depending on how out of it you were, the date of surgery before you went in, you'll notice that somebody comes in and starts putting all these patches all over your head, all over your arms, your legs, your feet, everywhere, all over your body, basically. I felt like there was like 500 of them. And I'm like, what are these for? She said, well, this, I'm no pro. I can't remember what she said, but she said these kind of monitor your nervous system and helps me tell the doctor that you're getting too close to the nerves and all that stuff. She goes, he has to listen to me. Has to listen to me in order to do. So she said, I'm very stern. And my doctor was great because he actually brought her in for my surgery, and probably everybody else's too. But it helps him know if he's getting too close to the nerve, because they can get in there and, you know, get too close to nerves, clip nerve, you know, it's very delicate operation. So why I went into that, sorry, I ramble on to this side of the room and then this side, but there was, when I got out, about 3 days later, when I came to, basically, I noticed these little blood spots, that, because my head started itching, I'm like, what are these? And I went like this, I'm like, there's blood, my head's bleeding, oh my gosh. And she said, no, that's from that. Well, what that does is it actually puts a hole. They are little needles that go in wherever they put those patches for the electrodes. I hope I'm saying that good. Fine. But when they put those in, it actually goes into your arm, your skin, everything, so they can monitor. Well, what it does, I guess, when I took them out, it caused me to bleed a little bit on each one. So I had these little holes all over my body. I had one on my cheek, up here on a couple on my head. But it doesn't it's not like these gigantic holes. I'm not going there with it. It's just they hadn't had a chance to get the little blood spots off of me. And it was just kind of like all over my body. So that is why that's there. So I wanted to go kind of into that. I didn't know if you guys knew that or not, so I was just going there with it. So anyway, this is my, I'll probably do a 3-year video, kind of do a year to year, see how it's going year to year. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you got something out of it. And if you're having surgery anytime soon, or you just got your post-surgery, I hope you have a speedy recovery, and those that are going into surgery, I hope this eases a little bit of your anxiety and gives you a little bit more information, because I am just this big believer, the more you know, the less the anxiety will come in, for me, that is. And I just hope this video helps you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. I have other kind of information that I do, weight loss and all that stuff, different types of things that I do on my channel. There's a variety of things that I do on there. Go ahead and subscribe, like, please share this video so other people can get something out of this, I hope. So I hope you guys have a great day, great weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.